Sup, doggies? It's Wonder Mike here. You know, your hip-hop maven, music mogul, #1 expositor of all things cool and fun and now. Well, we have got a song by NF. It's called The Search. It has 201 million views. I have never heard of The Search. I had never heard of NF until on the member block to the Michael Knowles show, we covered Let You Down, which I actually enjoyed. Not a huge modern music fan, but I actually enjoyed the song. So now we are covering The Search. I will use all of my powers of modern musical prowess to get to the heart of this very song. This video is brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee. More from them in a moment. For right now, let's get to oomph. This guy does really elaborate music videos. I really like his cinematography.
Hey Nate, how's life? I don't know, it's alright. I've been dealing with some things like every human being and really didn't sleep much last night. I'm sorry, that's fine. I just think I need a little me time. I just think I need a little free time. Little break from the shows and the bus rides. Yeah, last year I had a breakdown. Thoughts telling me I'm lost, getting too loud. Had to see a therapist and I found out something funny's going on up in my house. Yeah, started thinking maybe I should move out. You know, pack my car, take a new route. Clean up my yard, get the noose out. Hang up my heart, let it air out. I've been searching, what does that mean, Nate? I've been learning, grabbing my keepsakes, leaving my burdens. Well, I brought a few with me, I'm not perfect. Looking at the view like this concerns me. Picking up the cues right, I'm quite nervous. Hate it when I lose sight, life gets blurry and things might hurt me. It's probably gonna be a long journey, but it's worth it though. Cold world out there, kids, grab your coats. Been a minute, I know, now I'm back to Rome. Looking for the antidote to crack the code. Pretty vivid, I admit it, I'm in classic mode. Don't need pity given to me, but I can't condone. Talking down to me, I'ma have to crack your nose for cracking jokes. I'm looking for the map to hope, you see that? Been making a whole lot of changes. Wrote a song about that, you should play it. I get scared when I walk on these stages. I look at the crowd and see so many faces. Yeah, that's when I start to get anxious. That's when my thoughts can be dangerous. That's when I put on my makeup and drown in self-hatred. Forget what I'm saying and where'd the beat go? Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it upon my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it. Wipe my face, clean up my vomit. OCD trying to push my buttons. I said don't touch it. Now y'all done it. I can be critical, never typical. Intricate with every syllable, I'm a criminal. Intimate but never political, pretty visual. Even if you hate it, I'll make you feel like you're in it though. You call me what you want, but never call me forgettable. Leave you deep in thought, I can never swim in the kiddie pool. Waited, I've been thinking the cinematic is beautiful, man. I don't know if I'm making movies or music videos.
So I take a pause there. That's kind of weird because he just landed on the only comment that I made about it at the very beginning, which is that I really like the cinematography and it feels like his videos are more like movies even than music videos. And that's what he's saying. He had this break. He almost had a total mental breakdown. He went to see a psychiatrist. Things seemed like they were going so well, but he felt like he was losing his grip on reality. And that is reflected in the music. The music is constantly moving forward and it feels almost like it's accelerating. It's keeping the meter, but just the way that it plays, you feel this momentum coming. He even calls your attention to it. He says the drums kick in and now I'm just moving and I look out and I see your faces. So he's not just whining and saying, woe is me, my life is terrible. But he's saying, as these things become more exciting, I'm not typical. I'm having this incredible rise. My life is cinematic. But as that's happening, he is losing his grip, and he's losing his grip on reality. And you see that where the beautiful landscape shot kind of cuts out and it gets a little glitchy. But as he says from the beginning, it's really true for everybody. Nate, how's life? I don't know, it's all right. I've been dealing with some things like every human being and really didn't sleep much last night. I just need a little more me time. I just need a little free time. So this is not just something where you have to be a world famous rapper to understand that. That's true of everybody, especially once you get married, especially once you get a job, especially once you have kids. You feel your time slipping away. You feel your control over circumstances slipping away. That might be particularly accentuated if you're a big movie star, but it's true of everybody, which I suspect is why this is resonating. Black Rifle Coffee Company is helping you knock out your Christmas shopping with a ton of phenomenal new products this year. Shop the best brewing gear, thermoses, mugs, and apparel. designed for folks who love our country and who love coffee. Black Rifle sources the most exotic roasts from around the globe. All coffee is roasted here in the U.S. by veteran-led teams of coffee experts. Stuff your Christmas stockings with the latest roasts from America's Coffee for 10% off with my code Knowles. Better yet, sign your Secret Santa up for a coffee club subscription. Imagine the joy of a pre-scheduled coffee delivery, your favorite roasts when you need them most. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded and operated. They take pride in serving coffee and culture to people who love America. Every purchase you make with Black Rifle helps support veteran and first responder causes. Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Use promo code Knowles for 10% off coffee gear, apparel, or when you sign up for a new coffee club subscription. That is blackriflecoffee.com. Promo code Knowles, K-N-W-L-E-S, for 10% off. Okay, keep going.
See, we've all got something that we trapped inside that we try to suffocate, hoping it dies. Try to hold it underwater, but it always survives. And it comes up out of nowhere like an evil surprise. And it hovers over you to tell you millions of lies. You don't relate to that? Must not be as crazy as I'm. The point of making is the mind is a powerful place. And what you feed it can affect you in a powerful way. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, but it's not always safe. Just hang with me. This'll only take a moment, okay? Just think about it for a second. If you look at your face, every day when you get up and think you'll never be great, you'll never be great. Not because you're not, but the hate will always find a way to cut you up and murder your faith. I've been developing, take a look at the benefits. Nothing to matter with, I can never be delicate. My irrelevant, that depends how you measure it. Take a measurement to back it up and give me the evidence. Pretty evident, dependable, can never be tentative. I'm a gentleman, depending on if I think you're genuine. Pretty elegant, but not afraid to tell you to get a grip. Proper etiquette, I keep it to myself when I celebrate, It's that time again, better grab your balloons and invite your friends. Seat belts back on, yeah, strap them in. Look at me, everybody, I'm smiling big. On a road right now that I can't predict. Tell me tone that down, but I can't resist. Y'all know that sound, better raise your fist. The search begins, I'm back, so enjoy the trip,
Very interesting to include cellos in a rap song. Really interesting imagery here. Trudging along like a bum with a shopping cart, but the balloon, what's the significance of the balloon? He is expressing in this visual way a feeling that is largely ineffable of the way that we go through our lives, especially as your life begins to accelerate in its pace and you've got all these responsibilities and you're working very hard and you've got a family and all the rest of it. You can feel like no matter how hard you work, you're just trudging through the dirt and the mud and the grass with these tiny little rickety wheels and you're just trying to push this thing forward. And then he's got the balloons there. And what do the balloons represent? Well, the balloons create this kind of funny image in that you could, if they are helium balloons, you would expect the balloons to lift you up. But that's not what's happening. He's just pushing. The balloons are not lifting him up. He doesn't feel that levity. He's just kind of trudging on through. And so it's ironic. It's a funny juxtaposition of those two things. And so the balloons are also a symbol of childhood. You go to the carnival and you get a fun little balloon, or the doctor's office, or wherever. But these aren't fun, colorful balloons. These are dark balloons. They're the same color as the hoodie he's wearing. They're tied to his cart that he's trying to push forward, those memories of childhood, which have recurred also in the other song of his that we covered there. And he says, then it hovers over you to tell you millions of lies. You don't relate to that? Must not be as crazy as I am. And so he's saying, well, you don't relate to that, but of course we do relate to that. We've got these ideas and these images and these desires that we've cultivated for our whole lives that just come back and they haunt us. And so I think that's what you're seeing in this image. And I think that's why he's taking such a long break in the song, to just paint that image for you. He's showing you in a way much better than I can articulate in words, or that he can articulate in words, that feeling that he has that all of us have too. He just gets in the cart, sits down, and closes up totally in his own shell. And then this sort of lab hazmat suit wearing guy walks in and puts the uniform there. Why does he put that uniform? What is the significance of the kind of lab coat style? Well, you see him allude to this earlier on in the song. He says,
where the beat go? Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it upon my stomach.
and he got a taste of fame, and they say, you have to pump my stomach. An allusion, I suspect, to the way that when people get famous, they often get into drug problems. Whenever any of us has a little too much hard living, has a little bit too much fun, that can spiral out of control and end up causing us to damage ourselves. And so the white clothing represents this very clinical, sterile view of the world. You think of the scientist in the laboratory, and I think that's what he keeps talking about. He says, I just got to keep going, and the beat comes on and I can't stop it, and I've just got to push forward and I've got to keep trudging on ahead. It's a very, very clinical way to live your life. The thing that the clinical people work on, and the thing that he directly alludes to, are these drugs, right? He's had all these drugs, got to pump my stomach. And so does that refer to also what happens with so many musicians? I mean, you think of Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley had a big pill problem. He was a big drug. It ended up contributing immensely to his death. But why was he taking the drugs? It wasn't just to have fun. It was so he could keep working. It was so he could keep up with that relentless pace, to the point that when you reach the end, what is it? You've crumpled in a ball. You've got nothing left to say. You're in the sort of luggage of a homeless man collecting garbage. Kind of a dour note to end on. But powerful song. As far as modern music goes, pretty impressive, It's not modern music, not always my cup of tea, but there's certainly a lot there from Mr. NF. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you next time.